Sriman Venkatanatharya Kavitarkika Kesari Vedantacharya Varyomi Sannidhattam Sadahridi Santastriranga Prithvisha Charanatrana Shekharaha Jayanti Bhavanatrana Padapankajarenavaha. Let us have another Taniyan also of Sri Vedantadeshika. Ramanujadaya Patram Jnana Vairagya Bhushanam Srimad Venkatanatharyam Vande Vedantadeshikam. It is customary to start with the first verse of the particular chapter in which we deal with today. So, Bhajamah Padukeyabhyam Bharatasyagrajastada Prayah Prayanaya Prasthanikam Akalpayat. So we will go to the next verse, that is fourth verse from fourth Paddhati. I am happy that one of the participants by name Radha Vallabhadar wrote to me the Anvaya, the prose order for the two verses which we dealt with yesterday. And I also replied to him, and there was no mistake on his part to write the Anvaya. I feel very happy that he evinces a lot of interest, and I would rather call him an example to be followed by all others, and please emulate him. Let me start with the fourth Paddhati, fourth verse. This is called in Sanskrit, as you know, Chaturtha is normally fourth, as all of us know. Whereas we have another name for, synonym for fourth, say Turiyam. And we are aiming at the Turiya Dasha. I will tell you about the secret later. So, Matva Trinaya Bharato Manipadarakshe Ramena Tam Virahitam Raghurajadhani Tvameva Sapranayam Ujjainim Avantim Mene Mahodayamayim Madhuram Mayodhyam. The very first word, Matva Trinaya, reminds us that Sri Vedantadeshika, though he has not seen his preceptor, preferred preceptor, he chose the preceptor. He chose the preceptor in his days. So it is Ramanujacharya, the immediate preceptor. The other two preceptors are in the Sri Vaishnava tradition, namely Nathamuni and Yamunacharya, Sri Yamunacharya, Sri Nathamuni and Yamunacharya. We used to say, Lakshmi Natha Samarambham, Natha Yamuna Madhyamam, Asmadacharya Paryantam, Vande Guru Paramparam. We also salute the next preceptor. Rather, these are all very famous preceptors. Not that this Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya did not exist before these preceptors. So it has been in vogue practice, VOGUE, for a long time, from time immemorial. So we say a simple Taniyan for Sri Yamunacharya, otherwise called in Tamil Alavandar. Namo Namo Yamunaya, Yamunaya Namo Namaha, Namo Namo Yamunaya, Yamunaya Namo Namaha. So remembering our preceptors is very important in Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya. That's why I just mentioned a few names. And let me also say my own present living Acharya, extant Acharya, namely the 46th Ayeshingar of Ahobilamat. I have been initiated what we call Samashrayanam. I resorted to the preceptor in this race, RACE, namely the 44th Mukkur Ayeshingar of Ahobilamat. And let me also recite very fast the Taniyan, what we call separate, unique verse on the Acharya. Sri Ranganatha Shathakopetindra Dushtam Lakshmi Nizamma Shathajit Karuneka Patram Sri Rangavira Raghurat Shathakopahridhyam Vedantadeshika Itindra Maham Prapadye. This particular Taniyan, the separate verse meant for him, reminds me of number one, Sri Ranganatha. It starts with Sri Ranganatha and ends with Vedantadeshika. Therefore, the Taniyan has a fascination for me. The next one, 45th of Ayeshinger, from whom I had the Bharanyasa, what I call the depositing of the burden of merits and demerits, the merits and the sins. It's called the Bharanyasa. So we had this one, this preceptor. Therefore, Srimad Ranga Shathari Samyamarat Labdhagaman Tadvayam Srimad Veera Raghudvadya Shathajit Padara Vindashriyam Srimad Vedavatam Sadeshiketeh Karunya Vikshaspadam Seve Ranga Dhurina Sasanavasam Narayanam Yoginam. And we have the present preceptor 46th Ayeshinger. His special verse is Vedantadeshika Itindra Katakshalabdha Trayanta Saram Anavadya Gunam Budhagriyam Narayanatte Disurya Kripabhishiktam Sri Ranganatheti Shekaravashrayamaha. 44th Ayeshinger Taniyan started with Sri Ranganatha and ended in Vedantadeshika, whereas the present pontiff of Ahobilamat's Taniyan starts with Vedantadeshika and ends with Ranganatha. So that is the beauty here. So let us all study our materials, remembering those preceptors whom we have been fortunate enough to receive instructions and then start. And again, of course, I forgot yesterday, which I used to say, in any lecture, we used to remember Andal, the Goda Devi, and also the God of education, namely Hayagriva, Sri Hayagriva. And therefore, let me spend a few seconds on that. Tat preyesha sravanayoramrtaya manam tulyam tvadiya maninupura sinjitanam gode tvameva janani tvadabhishtavarham vacham prasanna madhuram mama samvidhehi krishnanmayena datim yamunanubhavam tirthainithamadavagahya saraswatim te gode vikasvaradhiyam bhavati katakshat vachaspurantimakarandam chakavinam. These two verses are from Sri Goda Stuti of Sri Vedantadeshika, and the other one out of the 33 verses of Sri Hayagriva Stotram. Let me recite just one. Dishantu me deva sadatvadiyaha daya taranganu charakatakshaha shrotreshu pumsam amritam charantim saraswatim samsita kamadhenum. Now let me tell you this particular verse, fourth verse from fourth Paddhati, called Samarpana Paddhati, reminds us the preceptor Sri Ramanujacharya. While we say the Taniyan for Ramanujacharya like this, namely, Yo nityamachyuta padambuja yugma rukme vyamohata taditarani trunahayamene asmadguror bhagavatosya dayaika sindhoho Ramanujasya charano sharanam prapadye. Whenever the occasion arises, Sri Vedantadeshika reminds himself or recalls to his memory the preceptors' names and their qualities. In Sri Stuti, there is an example where there are 25 stanzas. Jata kanksha janani veyoreka sevadhikare maya lidham vibhavam akhilam manyamanastrunaya prite vishnostavachakritina priti manto bhajante Vela bhanga prashamana phalam vaidikam dharma setum. So you find that the word Trinaya occurs, of course, in many places. So the greatness of Bharata is explained here. Bharataha, I told you that he himself is what you call the carrier of weight. So he carries the burden of the kingdom for 14 years, as you see in Ramayana. He has been a responsible person in every action, and therefore he is called Bharata. Bharam Bhakati iti Bharata. Now let me not forget before we start, some people would like to have Anvaya, the prose order of this verse, which I forgot yesterday. So if at all you want for them, we can give it through mail or through WhatsApp or through vyoma-samskrta-pathasala. So now the subject of the sentence is Bharataha. So He Manipadi Rakshe, calling the divine sandals, gemmed sandals, best sandals. Now Bharata is a subject. So Bharataha Raghurajadanim Ramena Virahitam Tam Trinayamatva. Then Sapranayam Ujjainim Avantim Mahodayamayim Madhuram Ayodhyam Tvam Eva meaning. This is the prose order. Of course, once you know the meaning, it is easy to say the prose order. And so, of course, we can understand the meaning a little later also. So, as some people learn first Anvaya, the prose order, and then take the meaning very easily. So, what did Bharata do? Hey Manipada Rakshe. I told you to remind yourself again that we address the divine figure directly. And the divine sandals are not far off. It is just 10 minutes from me here. And therefore, Manipada Rakshe. So, hey Manipada Rakshe, what gemmed divine sandals? Bharataha, the best brother among the brothers of Sri Rama, he saw that Raghu Rajadhani, the capital city, Mukhya Nagaram, Raghu, of the kings called Raghu Vamsham. So Raghu was a famous king, and therefore we generally mention the name Raghu. There was another king, very famous, called Kakustha, and therefore all the kings of the race are called Kakustha. But all these names percolate down to Sri Rama, because Rama, as an incarnation of Lord Vishnu, became a very unique king in the race, and therefore we call everybody Raghava. So Raghava is a special name to Sri Rama. He is called Kakustha, and so on. So now, after the exit of Rama to the forest for 14 years on the words of Kaikeyi, so the capital city was bereft of Sri Rama. Rama was absent there. And the whole capital city plus the kingdom felt the separation from Rama. Therefore, Virahitam. The pain of separation is heavy. And therefore, the capital city, meaning the people, what you call transferred epithet, it means people, especially the citizens of the capital city, were so sad that Rama left for forest. Not only left Ayodhya, left for forest also. He did not go to some other city. So Ramena tam virahitam. When you see that the word tam, you cannot describe the capital city now, because the capital city is immersed in sorrow completely. So it is indescribably sad. So the word tam just means her, namely the city is being called in feminine gender, Strilinga Shabda, Rajadhani, Ikaranta Strilinga Shabda, and therefore we find that her sorrow is unlimited. Her sadness knows no bounds. So what did he do? What did Bharata do? Bharata thought of it as, yes, a small blade of grass, as flimsy as blade of grass, as insignificant as a blade of grass. While we tread on the ground on earth, we don't mind stamping our feet on the grass on the way. We don't mind it. And therefore, it is a flimsy material. Though it has life, we don't care. So Bharata did not care for the kingdom. And Swami Vedantadeshika addresses the divine sandals as Hey Manipadi Rakshek. Having Bharata considering the whole kingdom, Kosala kingdom, Uttara Kosala kingdom, as a blade of grass, what did he do? So he thought, Bharata thought, again he thought of the divine sandals, Sapranayam, affectionately. Sapranayam. The pranaya meaning lot of affection. Vatsalyam is it. Sapranayam along with affection. Tvameva meaning. He considered you, he thought of you as what? Ujjayinim, Avantim, Mahodayamayim, Madhuram, Ayodhyam. Now you get a new list of cities here from the mouth of Sri Vedantadeshika. It's very surprising. Generally, we know the 7 cities which are very popular for giving us emancipation. Ayodhya, Mathura, Maya, Kashi, Kanchi, Avantika, Puri, Dwaravati, Chaiva, Saptaita, Mokshadayakaha. We used to say the very residence life in these 7 cities will give us the beatitude, a seat assured with a visa to Vaikuntham. And therefore, so now the author, the great author of Sri Padukasahasram, uses a pun on these words. So you can take the meaning of these five cities, and also you can feel that they are as popular as the divine sandals. No, this is not the other way about. So it is not that the divine sandals of Sri Ranganatha are popular just like these 5 cities. Now let us take the meaning. So, Tvameva mene Bharataha, that's the main sentence. Bharata thought of you only. As, so Ujjaini. Look at the beautiful appropriate gender used in these cities. So Ujjaini, Ikaranta Strilinga Shabda, Ujjaini is victorious. The 2 divine sandals of Sri Ranganatha are victorious. They always give success to everyone. Then Avantim. Ava, in the dhatu in Sanskrit means protect. Avanti is a place, a city. But now it is pointing out to the divine sandals as protective. It saves all of us. Then Mahodayamayim. Now Vedantadeshika gives some new words which we may not understand immediately, only by the commentaries that we get, which from Vyoma lab, Brahmashri Venkata Subramanya Mahodaya gave me a book so that we can understand what is Mahodayamayi. Generally, Mahodaya, the word is an address to a gentleman. Mahodaya will be for the lady. And therefore, so Mahodayamayi means here the progress, a great progress, Maha Udaya, Mayi full of. So the divine sandals are full of great progress. They rise up to the occasion. They are put in the throne, Throne, in the Kosala kingdom in Ayodhya. So Madhura, we have heard about Mathura in north, but Madurai in south in Tamil Nadu. Madurai. Madhura being sweet. The divine sandals are sweet. And Ayodhya, the invincible city called Ayodhya. Impregnable city called Ayodhya. So Ayodhya is the name of the Vaikuntham itself, because nobody can win over the Vaikuntham, Paramapadam. So Ayodhya is another name synonymous with Vaikuntham, Paramapadam. Therefore, so you have Ayodhya here again. The divine sandals are invincible. Nobody can, no king can attack the Kosala kingdom while the divine sandals rule Ayodhya as its capital city. So here, so you'll see all the 5 words. Mahodayamayim, the name of the city, is called, otherwise called Kanauj. Otherwise called, in history, it's called Kanauj, Kanouj, and it is called in Sanskrit Kanyakubja. It is in north, and therefore it's easily identifiable. And then you find that all the words correspond to the greatness of the divine sandals. Again, I think if you have doubts, you can ask me at the end of the session. Yesterday, unfortunately, I abruptly closed the session without realizing that I must invite queries, clarifications. Let me go to the next one. So you have Ramatmanah Pratipadam Manipadarakṣe Vishwambarasya Vahanena Parikshitam Tvam Vishwasya Devi Vahane Viniveshayushyam Visrabdhayeva. So let us split the sandhi. Visrabdhayeva Bharataha Bhavatim Yayache. We saw earlier the divine sandals begged Sri Rama. And I would like to mention particularly Radha Vallabhadas, which he thought that the divine sandals begged Sri Rama for return. For whose return? We already said that it is Raman's. It is Rama's return after 14 years, because he sticks to his guns for the promise given to Kaikeyi by his father Dasharatha. And therefore, the second is return of the Paduka to immediate return of Paduka to the city, capital city, Ayodhya, and so on. Again, Bharata's promise must be fulfilled, Bharata's wish must be fulfilled, that he threatened Sri Rama, that he would jump into fire if Rama does not return on the end of exactly the 14th year. Therefore, in order to be very careful in return journey, reservation, the divine sandals worked very assiduously. Please remember this. Now, so let us take the prose order for this 5th verse of the 4th Paddhati. The word Paddhati itself meaning a step, method of step. From Pada becomes Paddhati. Now, again we address the prose order like this. Manipadarakṣe. In a higher level of Sanskrit, we don't use the letter He. Without He, any Sanskritist can easily understand it is a vocative case or vocative case, as you say, Sambodhana Prathama Vibhakti. So let us add for the convenience, He Manipadarakṣe, ho gemmed divine sandals. Now, what did you do? Pratipadam, at every step. So Ramatmanaha, for the sake of Rama, the supreme soul. I told you the meanings of Rama there. So Rama, a handsome gentleman, happy man, one who makes others happy. Along with, don't forget even Sita here. So Rama is Sita, the spouse of Rama. And even sister of Rama, namely Shanta, as you might know from Srimad Ramayana. All these are all good souls, the beautiful souls. So at every step, the divine sandals were with Sri Rama. And then Bharata wanted to have a small test, weekly test, monthly test, open book test, and so on. So Parikshitam Tvam. He tested you. How? Because Rama was carried by the divine sandals. Rama being Vishwambharaha. Vishwambharaha being the burden of the whole universe with all the what you call Leela Vibhuti of 14 worlds, Nitya Vibhuti called Vaikuntham. All have been born, B-O-R-N-E, by, so carried by Sri Rama as an incarnation also. So Vishwambharasya Vahanen. Since the divine sandals also carry the divine feet of Sri Rama, who in turn carries the whole universe, whole creation. And therefore, Bharata had the faith, the belief in the sandals, divine sandals, that he calls the divine sandals again in singular, Devi. Devi, as you know, means goddess, oh goddess, in Sambodhana Prathama Bhakti, but still you have Devi meaning shining sandals, bright sandals. Diva is, day, and Div is sky, and so on. The sky is bright. Vishwasya Vahane Vinimeshesha. We already said that ruling the Kosala kingdom, especially Uttara Kosala kingdom on the earth by the capital city Ayodhya, is same as holding sway over all the three worlds or the entire universe. So Vishwasya Vahane, in carrying out the responsibilities of the administration of the kingdom of three worlds, so Bharata entrusted to the divine sandals. So Viniveshayishyam. So looking at the future tense noun form, Viniveshayishyam, he is going to do it within few minutes from now. So please visualize Srimad Ramayanam through Sri Padukasahasram. Why I say this is, this was the personal experience of Sri Vedantadeshika from the first verse of Samarpana Paddhati. He was observing all activities in Srirangam while he was living happily here. And what did he observe? As soon as you know the meanings of the three paddhatis were over earlier, because we understood the entire Tiruvaradhanam, puja, the worship was carried out in Srirangam temple. He saw a scholar in scriptures, Shrotriyaha, we call it in Sanskrit, Shrotriyaha. He has heard a lot, and he has heard all the scriptures, and he has mastered all the scriptures. He has been explaining the story of Ramayana in one of the streets of Srirangam. So observing he started observing the daily the occurrence of this incident, namely Ramayana Upanyasa has been heard by Sri Vedantadeshika every day after the worship of Sri Ranganatha. He proposes to explain the greatness of the divine sandals in 5 chapters from the 4th chapter, namely Samarpana Paddhati, and you will find the Ramayana incidents also quoted in between. Now, so after believing, reposing faith on the divine sandals, that it is capable of carrying out the administrative responsibilities of the three worlds or the whole universe, he became very confident. Visrabdha, Visrabdha, Bharataha Visrabdha. So having confidence in, total confidence in these divine sandals, bhavatim yayache. So he became convinced that the divine sandals are capable of administrating beautifully the universe. He begged the divine sandals. Now, in the sense, though he begged Rama to give away Rama's sandals, divine sandals, and all of you must remember, all of us must remember that there is an accusation by some unread people, namely Bharata made Rama suffer after getting the divine sandals by walking in the forest barefoot. So it is not so. Bharata brought a pair of new sandals from Ayodhya. He asked Sri Rama to step on them and then took these divine sandals. Many are under the wrong impression that Rama's divine sandals have been snatched away by Bharata, which Bharata would never do. Let us not suspect Bharata, as in Ramayana, by a great sage called Bharadwaj. And Kausalya also was found to blame Bharata for the boon that Kaikeyi got as a second one from King Dasharatha, the emperor. So here, Bharataha bhavatim yayache. It happened long ago. That's why we use the Vedantadeshika uses the verb called lit lakara, perfect past tense. The imperfect past tense called lang lakara is used for the recent past incidents, whereas it's called aorist past, where it's called historical past tense. Then, so whatever happened in Treta Yuga during Rama's rule, Bharata begged the divine son. So let me also recite again. Ramatmanah pratipadam manipadarakṣe vishvam bharasya vahanena parikshitam tvam vishwasya devi vahane viniveshayishyam visrabdhayeva bharato bhavatim yayache. I would like to individually pinpoint to a lady, Mata, called Sharada, whom I met in Srirangam recently in a wedding reception. She recognized me as soon as I said that I'm so and so. She said, "You are from Vyoma." So that is the what we call recognition that we need. So are you from Vyoma? Are you a teacher or are you a guide in vyoma-samskrta lab? The credit goes to the organizers of Vyoma. So I want to be a little grateful also at times. So you have the next one, sixth one, Bhaktya param bhavatu bharatasya sadho. So you can easily add sandhi here. So sakara will replace the visarga. Sadhostvat prarthanam raghupatau manipadarakṣe. For your convenience and my convenience, the book gives you a lot of words without sandhis sometimes. But how did Vedantadeshika write it? Let us imagine that he will never commit an error in grammar, and therefore especially in sandhi also. So sadhos tat prarthanam raghupato manipadarakṣe kenashayena samuni paramartha darshi bhadraya devi jakatam bhavatim avadit. Now again, the direct address to the divine sandals, Manipadarakshe. The word Manipadaraksha is a fascination for Sri Vedantadeshika. Of course, he has no depth of Sanskrit vocabulary in 1008 verses of Sri Padukasahasram. But still, he is going to, of course, explain. We are going to see that that I told you yesterday also, multi-gemmed divine sandals. And for each color of the gem, say out of 9 gems, he gives at least 9 paddhatis. So 9 colors of the gem. So Manipada Rakshe, let us have the Anvaya here. No? So you can also add this, the second Sambodhana Prathama Vibhakti word, address, along with Manipada Rakshe. He Devi Manipada Rakshe. This is Anvaya. He Devi Manipada Rakshe. So when you address as a gemmed divine sandals, we may sometimes think that it is not so much respectable. Therefore, you can add this Devi here. So, Hey Devi, Manipada Rakshe, O goddess of divine sandals. So, generally we use the word goddess. So, now, what should the divine sandals do? Bhavam param bhavatu, param bhaktya bhavatu. Now, this was a request from both Sri Rama and Sri Bharata. So, again, the prayer of the divine sandals also is mentioned here. Tat prarthanam. So, what did the sandals pray to Sri Rama and Sri Bharata? So, tat prarthanam, number one, he requested, the divine sandals requested, she requested Lord Sri Rama. As we understood already, ayachata, nivartana artham ayachata, we read it earlier in the same paddhati. So, her prayer, the divine sandals prayer to Sri Rama, Raghupatau, Raghupatihi, Raghunam Patihi, Raghupatihi. The most famous king among the kings of solar race was Rama. So, Raghupatau, whenever you say Raghupati, it means only Rama. It generally denotes Rama. Of course, you can have the names common to all the kings of the solar race. So I remind ourselves again that Raghupatihi is again a peculiar Rama, peculiar meaning of Rama. It's a connotation. And therefore, now the second request was Bharatasya Sadhoho. In Hindi, all of you may know that Sadhu meaning a monk, a mendicant, a recluse, a sannyasi. So normally it is understood in Hindi as sannyasi. So let us take even Bharata as sannyasi here, because though he was married, though he was a grihastha in Ayodhya, he remained as a sannyasi for 14 years. He never slept on the royal bed. He never took the sumptuous variety of food offered in a royal palace, and so on. He decried everything. He denied himself everything, and he was just like a sage in the forest, as he imagined that Rama would be, how Rama would be. Therefore, so now the request, the prayer of the divine sandals may or should be bhavatu. The word bhavatu is in lot lakara, what we call imperative mood, as with 6 meanings. May the divine sandals be. The divine sandals should be, because there are so many words available in English. The divine sandals ought to be. The divine sandals must be. Oh, divine sandal, you please be. These are certain shades of meaning of the lot lakara. So here, so what should be the nature of the prayer of these divine sandals? Param bhaktya. It should show high devotion, the highest devotion. Param is highest. So bhaktya param. So please request Rama and please request Bharata with utmost devotion. You can't do it casually. Vedantadeshika instructs advises the divine sandals. Now, tad bharatasya sadhoho. Again, we understand the word tat. Tat means we may not get a man like Bharata in the whole universe, because Bharata did not mind rejecting the kingdom, which normally anybody would not do. Vedantadeshika says in his second verse in the first Paddhati, Prastava Paddhati, Yadupajñam asheshata pruthivyam Bharataya param namostu tasmai prathamo dakaranaya bhakti bhajam Yadupajñam asheshata pruthivyam Prathito Raghava Paduka Prabhavaka. So Tad Bharatasya, such a Bharata. Such a Bharata meaning, what is that such? We don't know how to describe him. We don't know how to describe his greatness. Therefore, he is a sadhu. Therefore, he is a good man. So don't take him as sannyasi immediately. Don't give him what we call the saffron garb to him and make him go away from the house as a householder. So sadhu, a good man. A good man is, how is a good man? So a sadhu is defined by Vedantadeshika in Nyasa Vimshati, in the first two verses. The teacher should be a sadhu and the student should be a sadhu. Otherwise, the qualifications are not compatible. So, hey, O divine sandals, you be very humble in requesting both Rama and Bharata. Now, what is the reason why Vedantadeshika requests the divine sandals to be so? He now gives a question. The question is, Kena ashayena saha munihi. Saha, Visarga is added because of Sandhi. So, saha munihi parama arthadarshi bhadraya jagatam bhavati mavadit. Now, in Srimad Ramayana, you will find that as soon as Bharata brought the divine sandals back to Ayodhya from the Sri Rama's divine feet, Vasishtha adored Bharata. Not only adored Bharata for his greatest quality of rejecting the kingdom, and also he praised him to the sky for bringing the Paduka, the divine sandal, the pair of divine sandals to Ayodhya. And curiously enough, Bharata placed the divine sandals on the throne and he did not sit. And you will find that the Kaikeyi, the second boon of Kaikeyi was not fulfilled. So, how do you say that Rama is a Satyasandha? Please think of this. How does Dasharatha become Satyasandha, a truthful man? Because those two boons were given unwillingly, and the second boon was thwarted by Bharata. And let us see further how he does it. So, Paramarthadashi Munihi Saha. Who is that Paramarthadashi? A Manasa Putra, as we call it in Sanskrit, from Lord Sriman Narayana's divine frame, divine auspicious frame, 7 sages were born from his mind, his divine mind, divine heart. And the first one was Vasishtha. Vasishtha was a Kula Guru, the titular priest for the entire race of RAC of the Raghu Vamsha, the clan of the Surya Vamsha, the solar race. And therefore, that sage, Saha Munihi. So as we saw, the greatness of Bharata is just the word Tad Bharatasya. Here we say Saha Munihi. Can we describe the greatness of Vasishtha in one shloka, in one padyam, or taking 24,000 shlokas of Ramayana? Can we measure the greatness of Vasishtha? No, because Vasishtha has been a Kula Guru for the entire race of, because he is an immortal by birth and he is the best among even the seven sages, having Arundhati as his spouse. So Munihi, sage. We call the word Munihi because of Mananath Munihi. And again in Tamil we say, Muni means anger. A man who doesn't get angry, he is called Muni. But that is different. So Munihi meaning, so because Lord Vasishtha thinks of the Lord all the 24 hours, 24 by 7. So Saha Munihi, we do not know that type of sage. I mean, we have not heard about the greatness of the sage. And Saha Munihi Vasishtaha, Paramarthadarshi. He knows the in and out. He knows in and out of the spiritual meaning of the Lord. He knows the highest principle, Parama Arthadarshi. He can show us also how he could understand the greatest principle, namely Sriman Narayana's qualities, the purpose of his incarnations. So he knows the essence of the spirituality. And therefore, what did he do? He praised the divine sandals. So what did he say? Bhavatim avadit. Now look at the respectful term. The sage Vasishtha told you, avadit bhavatim, told you, told respectfully you, talked to you very respectfully. How? What for? What for did he talk to him? Talk to her. Jagatam bhadraya. When we take the Sanskrit words into Tamil and use them in Tamil sentences, sometimes most of the times we mistake the meaning. Bhadram karne pishruniyama deva. You have a sentence in scripture. So may all the gods listen to hear or listen to good words. Bhadram doesn't mean safety as we say in Tamil. Please note. Bhadrama poitva. So that means be good on the way. Don't antagonize anyone. Don't become enemy of anyone so that you will not be attacked. So Bhadram. So Bhadraya, meaning for the safety. No, we can add that meaning also, Tamil meaning also. Bhadraya, for the goodness of the world. How many words? Jagatam. More than 3 words. In Bahuvachanam in Sanskrit, you know that. I think I have not given the prose order. I forgot. Sorry. So, Hey Manipa, Devi Manipa, Darakshe. So, Tat Prarthanam Raghupato, Tat Bharatasya Sadho, Bhaktya Param Bhavatu, Kena, Ashayena, Samunif Paramarthadarshi, Bhavatim Avadit, Jagatam Bhadraya. That will be the prose order. So, Kena Ashayena, with what hopes? You can put it in English plural. Ashayaha, wish. So, Ashayena, it is singular here. With what desire in mind did Vasishtha ask you or tell you? What? Jagatam Bhadraya. For the goodness of the world, for the welfare of the world, for the prosperity of all the worlds, Jagatam. Because he knew, because he was good in astrology as a priest, as a Kula Guru. Generally, we approach our home priest to give us the good day for any auspicious function. And therefore, Vasishtha was also a person good in astrology. And his special forte is Atharva Veda. You are going to see it later. So Vasishtha is belonging to Atharva Veda, which is very rare even today. And it is not Atharvana Veda. Please do not make a spelling mistake. So Atharvana becomes what we call the Shakti Vibhakti of Atharva. It's a Nakaranta Pullinga Shabda, Atharvan. So Atharva Veda expert is Vasishtha. And he will not talk unnecessarily to anyone. He will measure his words. And he told you Because as though Vedantadeshika knows this. He was in Srimad Ramayana times. Right? He is right. And we are also right. Why we are right? We are also right. Because we were during the Srimad Ramayana days. That is why the 60 people who are attending this session might have been the residents of Ayodhya or contemporaries of Rama like Vasishtha. Otherwise, we will not take interest in listening to Padukasahasram at all. And therefore, now you understand that Vasishtha's words were witnessed directly by Sri Vedantadeshika. And he says, with what hope did the great sage called Vasishtha, who could see everything in his mind, told you so that the goodness of the world is assured to Bharata. And therefore, initially, he hurried Bharata to take up the kingdom. When Bharata refused to take it up, he did not take it amiss. Guru Rajna na Langhaniya, we say. The order of the teacher should not be disobeyed. But that was not the opinion of Vasishtha on Bharata. He always considered Bharata as a very good brother and very good son of the father. And though Dasharatha made a decree, order, that Bharata should not perform the obsequial rites on the death of the father. So he so much was vehement in almost hating the second son, who was second to none. And therefore, you find that so both are great. Both Bharata and Vasishtha are great. Vasishtha adored Bharata. Bharata also respected Vasishtha. And you find that the divine sandals are the target of this stotram, namely the subject of this Padukasahasram, a big stotram, what you call magnum vapus. So you find that here, I think you can give us, I can give you the time for clarifications, questions. And normally, I don't entertain appreciation, saying, sir, all your lectures are very good, excellent, outstanding, and so on. But what point did you get attracted in this Padukasahasram? If you can quote that point, I'll be too happy. Instead of saying, very good lectures, sir, very good. Yeah, you can, Arun Kumar Tangavel can ask me the question. I think I must unmute him. I don't know how that you can send the message in chat if possible. And when you say this, okay. So let me ask for vyoma-samskrta-pathasala. So Panindra is there, another co-host. So you can talk to me or send a message. I invite, I think, invite or choose from the list.
Ram, sir.
Yeah.
I can allow them to talk, sir. Just
yeah.
Arun Kumar Mahodaya.
Can you hear me, sir?
Please tell me.
When Rama left the forest, the whole country fell in sorrow.
Yeah.
When Rama came after Hananam of Ravana, he spoke the other way. What can we understand from this, from the people?
No, please repeat the second sentence.
When Rama came back after Hananam of Ravana, the people spoke the other way, how can he be with Sita, who lived without her husband for 8 months? What can we understand of this behavior of people in Treta Yuga?
Oh, now I answer your question this way. The accusation I think you are referring to, and please note that all of us must remove the wrong impression of the mind, namely said in Tamil, that a Dobi, what you call con man, accused Rama that he
No.
accepted Sita.
Rama wouldn't have sent Sita to forest just
Right.
because only one person said.
Right.
Send Sita to forest because he shouldn't spread across the country. That's why he sent Sita to forest. Am I correct, sir?
There are two more points over your idea. Namely, Sita expressed her desire to see the forest again. That is one. The second one is not out of the accusation foisted on Rama that he accepted Sita from an enemy's quarters. And therefore, let us forget that. No pin man was to be blamed. There was no, in Valmiki Ramayana, there is no mention of a pin man accusing somebody going on the street casually made a wrong remark on Rama, and based on that, he wanted to prove the fidelity of Sita and also Rama's Ekapatni Vratam. And therefore, and again, based on the desire of Sita to see the forest again, and only after going to the forest by the guidance of Lakshmana, when Lakshmana left her in the ashrama of Valmiki, then she realized that she has been left in the lurch. But the plan, the master plan of Rama is, after the birth of twins to goddess Sita, Sita had to leave for the Vaikuntham earlier than Rama. And again, the point that you said, namely, 8 months you say. Say, for example, we say also 9 months. Okay, let us not worry about the time. The 1 month she was waiting for Rama to come back and take her back, and come to Sri Lanka and take her back. Now, there are 2 points in Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya that we never dissociate Sita from Rama. So, since we have the concept that separation is not brute in Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, though for the sake of the story of children, we say Sita was separated from Rama. Sita was not separated from Rama. Rama's heart contained Sita, as Hanuman identifies it very clearly. And therefore, this is the point. So here again, from Ravana's kingdom, so she has been recovered, as we say, because he abducted her. Of course, this is the incident that we see practically. But you know the story also where Sita is not original Sita when she was abducted by Ravana, and it was Vedavati who was molested by Ravana. And therefore again, the lady who went into the fire lit by Lakshmana in Sri Lanka was only Vedavati and not Sita. So please remember all this. And Sita, while residing in the Ashokavana of Ravana's kingdom, she has been understood as the goddess Mahalakshmi, because the food in the form of elixir in Amritam came from Indra's place. Indra himself came and gave the food. And what I want to say is, when we say Sita remained hungry or remained fasting for many months, generally people like us would not believe. And therefore, what happens to the divine couple at any time is inscrutable. And therefore, we cannot, of course, argue on these lines because it is for the children to understand. And when they become mature in understanding, they will not find fault with either Rama to send Sita
Sir,
to the
my
forest.
another doubt is,
Right.
though Rama is incarnation of Vishnu and Sita is incarnation of Lakshmi, they lived as humans on earth only, sir. They had all kinds of emotions, feelings, thoughts,
Right.
hunger, everything.
Right.
They lived as humans only on earth.
Right.
They departed back to Vaikuntha.
Right. One modification here, Sita's appearance. Sita is not incarnation, Sita is an appearance. Pradurbhava and not avatara. That is okay, that is different. So as you said, Rama and Sita were models for us, the human beings, in order to emulate. And therefore, they acted like human beings. We say, though we say the acting was so real that we understood Rama and Sita as ordinary human beings. They were not ordinary human beings at all.
Even I heard somewhere that our bodies are made of Panchabhuta, but Rama's body is not made of Panchabhuta. Is it correct, sir?
Right. Sattvamayam Shariram. His body, Tanuhu, was made of Sattva, the good quality. Right, you are right. You have understood the concept. And therefore, on some occasion, you identify Rama as God because he sends Jatayu to Uttama Loka, the best one, and he sends Shabari to her Acharya Loka, and so on, Guru Loka, and so on, and so on. And again, you get a chariot for Rama from Indra, namely the driver being named Matali. So all this will say that he is a spiritual head rather than an ordinary human being. But when Dasharatha talks to him from heaven, having come personally to Sri Lanka there, Rama says, Atmanam Manusham Manni. Again, the paradox, which we cannot understand. So I think of myself as a human being. Atmanam Manusham Manni. That is his beauty, Ramayana. So this is to enjoy, of course, the philosophical concepts in Ramayana. Rama being the supreme soul, Sita being the individual soul like us, and the supreme soul goes in search of the individual soul to Sri Lanka, to so far. That means the Lord comes down to the earth for our sake and destroys the 10 sense organs actions, namely 10 heads of Ravana. I mean, philosophically speaking, we want to enjoy Ramayana, whereas we must see the incidents and the background and the principles behind these incidents. Then we can understand. Very nice question from Arun Kumar. Tangavel, right.
Radhika Bhagini.
Vallabhasa, yeah. Welcome.
Namaste, Mahoday. Namaste.
Namaste. Namaste.
Yesterday, you spoke about the Utpreksha Alankara, and there are three aspects in that.
Okay.
Ketu, Kari, and Phala.
And Phalotpreksha.
Can you just explain that, and also in reference to the shloka?
Can you tell me?
Can you explain that?
Can you tell me these three aspects of Utpreksha? From
Actually,
the
I have
example
not studied the Alankara. I have not studied the Alankara.
So, let us look at the example outside this Padukasahasram, namely, Tvanmukha Kite Nunam Padmaihi Vairayate Shashi. The Hetu is to attain the beauty of the face of the girl. Tvanmukha Kite, the boy lover addresses the girl lover, the lady love. So he says Tvanmukha Kite, that is the purpose, Hetu. Hetu is reason, cause for the Utpreksha, imagination. Number two, Karyam, there is a fight between the lotuses and the moon. Because when the moon appears, lotuses close their petals. When the lotuses bloom, then the moon disappears. The moon sets down. Therefore, this normal phenomena, natural phenomenon is construed as, imagined as the karyam, the action, the activity. And thirdly, phalotpreksha, the phalam, the fruit is zero here, minus, negative. Namely, neither the moon nor the lotuses could reach the level of beauty of the girl's face. So let us come to this one. Ayachate iva. Let me look at the verse where ayachate iva. Can we go to, yes, the third verse. So what is the hetu for the divine sandals making a sweet sound? Seeing the people of Ayodhya weep. Vinivartanartham, the purpose of the journey is to return. Rama's journey is to return. The Paduka's journey up to Chitrakuta is to return. That is the hetu, karanam, cause for the utpreksha. The second one, the karyam is the actual return journey or the begging action, So the begging action is the activity, karyotpreksha. Ayachata, the begging action is called karyotpreksha. The thirdly, the phalotpreksha is Rama returned safe after 14 years. Bharata could take back the sandals, divine sandals. The divine sandals reached back Ayodhya. Therefore, the two fruits were successful. And therefore, this is called this kind of utpreksha. All the three utprekshas are there. Sometimes the poets use only one of the three, hetu or karya or phala. Vedantadeshika fulfills all the conditions of utpreksha. And if at all of you read another book based on this book which I said, namely Jayadeva's Chandralokam, you can also go through if you are interested in Alankara literature, which Vyoma Lab will organize beautifully, namely Kuvalayananda of Appaya Dikshita. Kuvalayananda of Appaya Dikshita is what you call expanded version of Chandraloka of Jayadeva. And he has given more categories of utpreksha. We are surprised at the great variety of utpreksha in Kuvalayanandam of Appaya Dikshita. So thanks to all of you for any more. So 3 participants raised the hand, and I would invite, if time permits, if permitted by Vyoma here. So Phanindra will show me.
Pravina Mahodaya.
Yeah.
Namaste again. Usually we come to know that Vedavyasa Maharishi compiled the Vedas into 4, and only during the Dwapara Yuga or sometime like that, the Vedas were compiled, till that it was one category. But today, while you were explaining, you said that even before that, Atharva Veda, this Vasishta Maharishi belonged to Atharva. So I was just, I didn't understand that part of it. How did the classification of Vedas and who belonged to which Veda come before Vedavyasa Maharishi?
No, I think you are giving time of living or period for Vyasa to have arranged the entire gamut of scriptures into 4. Now, it did not happen in Dwapara Yuga exactly, whereas it happens in every Dwapara Yuga, as you can understand, because Kalpa repeats. All the 4 yugas are repeated. And therefore, because as human beings also, we forget the previous birth. And that's why I said we might have been living in Ayodhya during Rama's times, and therefore we are interested in understanding Padukasahasram. Now, so Vyasa is Vyasaya Vishnu Rupaya. Vyasa Rupaya Vishnave. So being an incarnation of Lord Vishnu, he is all present, that is omnipresent. That is every time. And that means he is everywhere, anytime. Anytime Lord God. There is no
I
specific.
understand.
There is no specific. So Vasishtha.
And is Vedavati mentioned in Valmiki Ramayana, Mahodaya?
Yes, it is in Uttarakhand.
Oh, no, Uttarakhand. Okay. And last question is, you said the Bharata's boon was not fulfilled, but how did it get fulfilled? How can we call Rama as Satyasandha and Dasharatha as Satyasandha? So can you please answer that?
We will answer it little later because
Sure.
Very nice that you remember my questions. Unfortunately for me and fortunately for you. Okay. This is to kindle interest in you and therefore. Okay, good. I appreciate your remembering.
Dhanyasmi, adiyan.
Vardhan Mahodaya.
Yeah. Please tell me.
Vardhan Mahodaya.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. So I mean, Devarir mentioned about the Tiruvardhana Krama and some, Ijja and some other steps in the Tiruvardhana. So how does this Paddhati relate to Tiruvardhana Krama?
The previous Samakhya and what is that? The third chapter. The third chapter involves all these 5 Panchakala Prakriyas. Abhigamanam, Upadanam, Ijja, Swadhyaya and Yoga are mentioned in the third chapter. I told you as an introduction to the 4th chapter.
I see. So that was covered in the third chapter before?
Third chapter. Yes, yes.
Oh, so it is not going to be covered in this?
No.
Oh.
Are you attending for the first time? Oh, no.
Yeah, yes, Swamin.
That is the. I told you as an introduction, it was done earlier.
Okay, Swamin. Dhanyasmin.
Swagatam. Any other question?
That's all, sir. No one has raised their hands.
Yeah, it's getting time for my next session. It starts by 8 o'clock. Therefore, let me conclude. Jayati itiraja suktihi, Jayati mukundasya paduka yugali, taduvaya dhanastrivedi, avandhyayanto jayanti bhuvisantah, kavitarkika simhaya kalyana gunajaline, Srimate Venkateshaya Vedanta Gurave Namaha.